Right, it's time for the papers now. Let's get to see what the headlines across Nigeria is saying this morning with all the headlines.
All right, Mike, I begin with Daily Trust here. The top story, of course, is the trial of the Chief Justice of Nigeria. It
Anyway,
reads...
we have, yeah, before then we have Charles Ideho with us in the studio. And he'll be doing justice to this.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here today. I mean,
oh, yeah.
I just couldn't wait to get into the meat of the stories here.
This is the 15th day or the 16th day.
It's the 15th.
Oh, so the year is 15 days old.
15 days old.
Into the new year.
Exactly.
My first time to see you
this
year. Happy New Year. All right, so let's get into it. Daily Trust leads with this story, non-declaration of assets, why tribunal adjourned on August arraignment. Case comes up January the 22nd. That's at the tribunal. Court stops CCT while we delayed charge. What are your thoughts, Charles, now on this trial? We saw the drama that played out in the tribunal yesterday. While the tribunal was busy, some lawyers went to various courts now to stop the arraignment, of course, going with the outcry by the legal profession on this arraignment. What are your thoughts?
Even Calabar, I understand they're also down to over there. We're not going to see it unless they drop all the charges. That's the sad part of the Nigerian society. You see, what ought to have substance? In most cases, find it being politicized, ethnicized, and all that. Religion will start playing. Now, even look at the South governors. I even say, because it's one of our own, why did you do this things you didn't do in the past? Why are you? But you see...
And even militants.
And even militants. I even say they will blow up Nigeria. So, but the question is that, was there any infraction? Was there any infraction in this case? The answer is yes. Even the man even owned that. He neglected... No. He said he neglected to do...
He forgot.
So, they forgot. I mean, that's an infraction. But because... we have now politicized it. What the federal government should not do is now not to abandon the issue of process, because there's a process laid down on how someone should be punished, how each thing should be discussed. So that's one thing that federal government has to also tread softly. You also know that this is an election year. We just have the elections upon us. If they also don't tread cautiously, the pendulum might swing anywhere. Yeah. So that's why I am saying so that even though he has owned up that he forgot to do certain things, which of course is an infraction of the law.
Even the legal community that we spoke with, the SAN we spoke with yesterday, many of them said they wouldn't, you know how careful the lawyers are,
right.
They wouldn't be sure that that statement was attributed to him until
but he has not come out to
deny it. Denies
he has not come out to deny it anyway.
Claims that it's right.
So, but the only thing, sorry, Mike, the thing is that because they have been legal fireworks since years.
Exactly.
So I have taken time on my own to sit down to listen, to read. So I have also even a friend here, Barrister Obani, also came out and said that he brought out even precept by precept on how this should be followed. So I think, thankfully, the vice president is his son, so he should advise the authorities very well. He should adequately advise them so that will not be a laughing stock in the Committee of Nations, honestly.
All right. The picture story still leads. We have the Defense Council and all the teams now represented yesterday. More stories still on the Daily Trust. 5 to hangover or show robbery. Political parties sue INEC over election guidelines. Stock market opens the week with 50 billion naira profits. Up there, driver kills self. 2 kids in Edo. Reports self to police, and then
kills wife.
Reports self to police. Driver kills wife and 2 kids in Edo State. And then this story, of course, big, even though it's written in small letters there. Presidency keeps mum on IGP's replacement. I'm sure Mike will have that on the Punch.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's move to the Punch newspaper now. The YCE, Ohaneze, the South and Middle Belt leaders knock federal government as court stops CJN's trial. Onogemo's face trial, says APC. It is the politics that you talked about. It's all right. Now, we saw on the front page there the picture of all the SANs, senior advocates of Nigeria. So intimidating.
It was a formidable team.
Yeah, very strong team. Over 80 lawyers with about 40, a little above 40 senior advocates of Nigeria. It's really intimidating.
Do we need it?
Did we need that yesterday? I don't think.
Well, I think it's more of a solidarity.
Absolutely.
But you see, that's what I'm saying. You see, they are not a lawyer. I mean, we are journalists. all we usually do is to ask them how. But for me, is that that's why I said that if, when we have a case that we're supposed to use to enrich our jurisprudence, what we do is that we use politics to now downplay that thing. What I'm saying first is that yes, I do know that the law has prescribed that this man can't be removed from the office except processes are followed.
And can't even be prosecuted
yet.
yet.
But what I'm saying first is that all these SANS, all I expected them to do, yes, solidarity, yes. But I think the melodrama wasn't needed.
No, but on the other hand, one would see it from the perspective of them trying to protect the judiciary as an arm of government. They've said, because the point there is we don't expect any senior advocate or any lawyer to pick up arms to say, no, we're going to do this, we're going to do that as a case, or even threaten the government. So it is a way of sending strong signals to protect the judicial arm of government. So, because like if you saw the prosecution against, all the allegations against the Senate president at the other time, almost all senators, it looks like the National Assembly moved to the CCT.
As well as the legal team that came.
So, no, I do concede to that fact, Mike. But what I'm saying first is that right now, even as they have done that, they've shown the solidarity, the melodrama. But the question, what about the substance of trying to do certain things that will enrich our jurisprudence? That's my case.
Mind you, Charles, yes. the lawyers of various categories also attest to the grievous, crimes or allegations leveled against the CJN, but say we will get to that at the appropriate time. Meanwhile, just make sure that everything is tidied up. Yes. I guess that's.
I hope in the long run that all these things we put in.
We want to believe first. Let's protect the third arm of government first, and then we can get into the substance of the allegations maybe later on. I guess that's what in
the course of time.
Yes. 11 firms jostled to run Ajaokuta Steel Company. This company, a lot of people still say that is forever. You know, invest in Ajaokuta. Okay, don't invest in Ajaokuta. You know, this company. Everyone has said that is the life wire, or that is meant to be the life wire of this country.
Yeah, you see, companies that have grown, that are growing, that are very prosperous, there are especially, look at India. In less than 30 years down the line, before now, India was just, they called them a third world country. But do you know what India, thank God for Narasimha Rao. I mean, there was a prime minister that came at around 1993, I can't recall the year now. But the man, before then he was the Minister of Trade and Industry, so he knew what India was suffering. When he became Prime Minister, the revolution came. Today now, India is able to produce a flat sheet, which is a main component of the production of cars. That is where we should be looking at.
Yeah, we have to move on as a country one way or the other.
Right. The Nation now, alleged 702 million naira fraud. Okukwe is arraigned there. Then Buhari names Adamu acting Inspector General of Police. A word from you, Charles.
To be or not to be, right?
But then after all the suspense, and now we have an announcement.
Well, you know, some of us who have followed the president for a long time, you know, he's not very quick at resolving issues. And when you feel that it's going to bring about a change of baton, it doesn't happen that way. And then he will just let keep everybody guessing. But truly, I think what the president has done now, I never thought the president would change that man before the election.
Especially before the elections. I said that
it might be a miracle if President Buhari would change this.
So the miracle has just happened.
So it settles all controversy now. All controversy is settled now as to whether we would have a new IGP
it's settled, but again, President on the one hand settled, but on the other hand, when the law says this man should be discharged, should be discharged from service, having completed the mandatory 35 years, or is it 65, 70 years now?
60 years.
Let it be done. We don't need all this controversy. Oh, will he do it? That's my
No, but the president has done. If it is based on that prescription, the president has done. Because
3rd of January to
15th. Today is 15th.
That's 2 weeks.
All right, quick stories on the Nation now. Oil price dip on weak data. Kwara APC insists on change. INEC is issuing final guidelines saying no phone calls for collation officers and
the police.
And the police and APC, PDP argue quarrel over CJN Onoga's trial, with APC saying the likely affinity existing between the PDP and a section of the judiciary is further accentuated by the non-appearance of Justice Onoga.
I hear APC saying, because you have the South-South governors, mainly PDP, coming to now rally support for him,
Exactly.
which makes it hard and finicky. But I don't think that's there's no substance in that.
There's no. It's not a political party
Let's
thing.
not take politics out of this case entirely. Let's just look at the law and then see what the law says.
That will be
Okay.
the day.
The Daily Sun is our next paper now. Assets declaration saga, fireworks over CJN. Court stops Onogen's arraignment. CCT shifts trial to January 22nd. CJN absent at tribunal. And PDP, APC trade words. Okay, we've been talking about that. And the military must change strategy to defeat Boko Haram. IBB is advising the military there. 2017 elections, accreditation, voting to hold side by side. Of course, that is what Nigerians expect as INEC releases final guidelines. Buhari to campaign in Abia, Imo, January 29, says Kalu.
Is he going?
Well, they said Buhari to campaign.
Or APC to campaign?
Buhari to campaign. That is what the headline
nomenclature,
says. So the point there is whether it is the individual, the personality, or the party, it is the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing.
No, hang on. The issue there is that the office of the president, in fact, Buhari now, as the case may be, it is the APC who owns his slot. So if the APC goes there to campaign, it's the same thing. If it is he himself who goes there to campaign, it's the same thing.
But language,
so let the people,
Well,
yeah,
I don't
but
see
let the
him.
people.
I don't see him not going.
Let the people
Mike,
decide.
I don't see him not
because
going.
those who are watching us, they have a right to be.
Yeah,
I
of
don't
course.
see
be
him not
educated
going.
Of course.
on
I don't see
language.
him
Yeah,
not going.
but
He went
if
to all the
if
states
you say-
in 2015.
Look,
He went to all
Kemi,
the
if you
states in
say
2015.
Buhari to campaign, it means that he personally is going to be there. But if you say APC to campaign, it might be, even if it's not there, the party campaign, even if it's there, APC is there. But if you say
But we
Buhari
have not
campaign,
seen. But we have not seen anything that
right.
would make
Nomenclature.
Buhari not to campaign.
No, I'm not serious.
All right,
It's
I know
language,
the
it's
two of you will go all day. You can go all day on this. But then
right,
let's go
okay.
to the final paper on the show this morning. Vanguard is leading, let me say now, with this picture story. Okay, it's calling it a suicide mission. It's in Lagos. The three pictures are here in Lagos, and we are seeing many people now hanging on a train. Recall what happened last week, the train that derailed
At Mangoro
along
area.
Mangoro. And then people are hanging on top of the train over the weekend, even as conductors. That's a familiar scene in Lagos too. Hang on back of buses in Lagos. Okay.
But that's not surprising.
familiar
What
scene,
will surprise you,
absolutely.
the day you will not see people sitting on the roof. That's what will surprise.
All right,
You
Lautech
see, that's
bans
it.
55 students over use of hijab. Buhari, Atiku campaign teams in sharp exchanges over power shift. Of course, Okukwe is docked, granted 100 million naira bail. Adamu Mohammed, new IGP. Still a question Vanguard is asking. Nigeria's rising debt profile worrisome, according to NECA. INEC releases poll guidelines.
Yeah,
Seasons.
because I think the APC promised change. Maybe this is part of the change because we're beginning to see parties not even spending money. Even APC, okay, unlike now, when the successive government will open the votes and then you start spending, but this one said we're not going to spend. So that may be part of what reflecting what you have now.
But it wasn't the case in 2015. APC put a lot of money down.
But the man who is there says it's not going to be business as usual.
Yes.
So that's why even PDP that wanted to spend say, oh, if this one doesn't spend, why do we have to spend? So everybody's just being very circumspect. Or they don't even know what's going to happen. But it might affect, in general, it might affect the outcome of the election because expectation of people were high. Now the whole thing is just dropping
Well,
downstairs.
the point there is, INEC on one hand is saying we're going to be monitoring when it comes to how much
Spending.
Yes, how much
spending,
exactly? Yes,
and the
spending.
president has said I won't release monies for federal government monies for campaigns and all of that. So I think in the long run, it's good for the system.
It's good for the system.
The president has
yes,
received
exactly.
a lot of
But
commendation.
because I think it's the sharp departure
It
from the
has to
past.
be.
That's what
It
we're
has-
discussing.
it has
this.
to be. It
So,
has to
but
be.
again, if Nigeria they want to make us happy, this will be the first stanza of what I expect. I expect that from now, when parties want to pick nomination forms, it should go down.
cost.
The cost should go
Yeah,
down, so that
exactly.
we don't have it across board.
Well, the
so
National
you don't spend money
Assembly-
for electronic,
Everybody's
so much money. You also even the amount you use to pick forms, so that
And then
Mike
you've made so
can
much
afford
money.
it. So Mike can afford it.
Well, I'm not a politician.
Speak for yourself,
The
Charles.
president has said go and use text messages and campaign. Good campaign,
All right,
social
Charles,
media.
Charles Udelo,
Thank you.
We
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
your
Yeah,
analysis
thanks for
as
being here.
always.
Thank you.
Have a great day, Charles.
Okay, thank you.